Alright, YouTube, here we are again. I finally am trying to be consistent with my uploads. I have a couple other videos planned coming up next, but as for right now, welcome back, and this is episode 20. So today, what we're going to do is mostly work on the subway. I get a little distracted in the video, I'm not going to lie, but I've made a lot of progress since the previous video, because like I said last time, the previous video was filmed 2 years ago, so it's not an extreme amount of progress. I don't consistently play in this Minecraft world, but it's a good amount that there's a big difference. So obviously, as you saw me running down the tunnel, I went from the bigger size tunnel, shrunk down to the smaller size, and I kind of just build it out a little bit during this video. I kind of sped up me just framing out how it's gonna be, and then you'll see me fill it in a couple minutes. I don't know how long this voiceover part's gonna be. I might just like phase in and out during the video and put music in other portions, but here's me digging it out. After I finish digging it out, I start framing it. So, after I finished framing up that little section of the subway, I realized that my pickaxe is actually going to break. So, I went to go repair it, and unfortunately, he had to be retired to the wall of shame. But I still needed the pickaxe, so I went to go try and make a new one, and then I realized I actually didn't have any levels. So, in the next section, I'm going to be going back to my XP farm all the way back in... You guessed it, the beloved Plains Plaza, where I filmed my first voiceover video, much like this one, and recreated an OG village because I'm just not a big fan of the modern ones. Here's my XP farm. I made it look much prettier than it was before. It was kind of just like a big open space before, and I'm just gonna start gathering up some XP. I started to notice that some of the zombies actually had copper armor on, and I don't have any copper at all yet. So Here's my first copper helmet. This is me saying hey to the camera with my new copper helmet on. Honestly, I don't know why my world doesn't have copper in it in any particular area. I think I just need to explore new terrain, and then I'll probably find some. But as for right now, I haven't done that. I have some other stuff I need to do in this world, like go back to the end and collect end rods and such. And I need to fix my nether because I haven't been to the nether in like probably 4 or 5 years. And the last time I went, there was some sort of issue that I don't remember. But I need to go back there, and I need to make a portal from my house to spawn and, you know, things to that nature. But again, I'm just kind of gathering up some XP over here. Also, when did they add ears to bats? Because I have never in my life seen a bat with that big of ears in Minecraft. Anyway, I think we're done with the XP farm now. I got my 30 levels. We're heading back home. This is just some progress with the tunnel as I run through. Just kind of where we're at right now with the tunnel. And here I am now finally being able to make my pickaxe. So first enchant, all I got was efficiency 2. A little upsetting. Obviously I need a little more than that. I'm looking through my house for some books and such. I couldn't find any, so I just ended up making a couple more pickaxes, and I went from there. I combined them all. Another thing to touch on is, since I haven't gone to the nether in like 4 years, I don't have any netherite tools or ingots or anything. So it's definitely something I have to get going on, because I honestly, I don't have much time to do a lot of things in general, so whatever. I'm gonna try and get to the nether one of these days. This pickaxe, I added silk touch. I think I got up to efficiency, only 3? I thought I got up to 4. Efficiency 4. No, maybe it was 3, I don't remember. Efficiency 3, and I think unbreaking 2. So I definitely have a little bit more to upgrade this pickaxe with, but I'm gonna have to do that in the future, because I don't have all the time in the world. Unfortunately, my anvil broke while I was making that pickaxe, which kind of sucks, but whatever, it's okay. I like to use silk touch when I dig out for the subway tunnel, because then I just pick up regular stone and I don't have to smelt the cobblestone to then use the stone cutter to get the stone brick crap. So it's just a lot faster for me to make it that way. And now I'm just going back to framing the tunnels again. I think the next video I make, I'm probably not going to do as much footage of me working on the subway system, because it's honestly kind of repetitive. It's repetitive for me too when I'm playing. That's why I'm having such difficulty getting on this world and committing to working on the subway, because it's a lot of pathing I have to do. It's all the way from our first jungle treehouse to the flower forest shaft, I think I called it, and then obviously Plains Plaza, which I still frequently go back to for the XP farm, because I have yet to build one by the mansion. And then there's the Mesa mine shaft, and I don't think I have any other stops along the way. I could always branch out to other areas in the world, like if I wanted to make like a copper mine somewhere out in the distance, because there's no copper by my house. I could always branch out and make another subway tunnel there. But as for right now, the progress I have on the tunnel is that it's literally all dug out and ready to be built. I haven't had time to really build it. In the bigger portion of the tunnel back near my house, I decided that I would put some like art in the wall per se, because they're just big and plain and empty, and in regular subways there's graffiti and all that stuff. Like in New York City, if you look around in the subway, you'll see like spray paint graffiti or like stickers, or honestly all of New York City is just graffitied. I built a little creeper face. You know, it's coming together slowly. I have to work on the main lobby area at the mansion, and I have to work on like the outer terminal for it, like coming down the stairs, because the outside right now is just like a little shell of what I would like it to be. I just have it kind of covered up just for the sake of having it covered. So it's definitely not going to stay as it is. I added these little signs down here where you go to enter the cart, giving you directions around the whole place. Please look at stops before riding. Begin at the Birch Forest Mansion. The next hub is the Llama Lobby, which we'll get to next. And then from Llama Lobby, you can either go to Plains Plaza, the Mesa biome, or come back to the mansion. And Plains Plaza connects to the Flower Forest Shaft and the Jungle Treehouse, because they're all in the same general direction. In the future, I hope to maybe make some like map art of a map of the subway system, and I'll make like different colored like train rails per se, but I might just be getting a little ahead of myself. So as for right now, I just have the wooden signs. Here I am working on Llama Lobby. It's called Llama Lobby because I made a big mural of a llama in the back. For whatever reason, I don't know. I picked llamas as the, I guess, mascot of this lobby per se, because it's a reference to the nomadic style of this Let's Play. Back when I started, I used llamas to transport my items between houses when I used to move around a lot. So I figured I'd do a little play on that in one of the main hubs that leads you to other places. Obviously, the main hub is the one under my house, because it's right where I'm living currently. But this is honestly also a little main area. So I also put these two little stairs in the wall, because they look like two L's for Llama Lobby. And obviously there's the llama head. I think it came out pretty well. I was working with pixel art as reference, and obviously this room is not overly massive, so it was a little more difficult to try and frame out and shrink it down a little bit, because llamas honestly have very intricate looking faces. So to try and dumb it down to the scale that I was on was honestly a little difficult, but I think it came out okay. As for the rest of the room, I kind of framed out the tunnels for the next, 3 ports, and then I just kind of filled in the ceiling and the floor. I'm not going too crazy on this room just yet. In the future, I could switch it up and probably add a little more details other than just the big face. But for the most part, it's just an area to stop in the middle and then pick a different direction to go in, because that's honestly all you can do right now in it. I don't have enough tracks so far to lay them out, and since I'm still working on the tunnel anyway, I'm gonna have to redo the floors and stuff, so it's not worth laying tracks that I do have out unless they're in the areas that I've already finished, which I have to continue to work on. I might make an iron farm in the future. That would help out a lot with, producing tracks and stuff, because I don't have all the time in the world to sit there and strip mine iron ores. But here's a better look at the llama face. I think it came out pretty good. And as you can see in this clip right here, I'm running from Llama Lobby back to where we were just building the portion of the tunnel, and I'm honestly not that far away from it. Like, I think I'm only 1,000 or so blocks out from where I need to be, and that doesn't sound that bad. I mean, obviously going back towards the jungle treehouse is going to be atrocious, because currently I'm at negative 2,500, and I think the jungle treehouse is either at negative 400 or positive 400, and that's gonna absolutely suck. But as long as I can get a tunnel from my house to Llama Lobby, which again is not going to be super difficult, from there I can make it from Llama Lobby to Plains Plaza, and I'll be happy with even just that for right now. As for the other tunnels to the flower forest shaft and the jungle treehouse, those are just stuff I'm gonna have to get to later on. But that's where the video ends. Thank you guys for watching. I know I said I'd do a house tour in this video. I think that's gonna have to wait until the next one. I obviously didn't record it. I think I probably forgot I even said that. But thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.